Hey peeps, today I'm talking all things piping. Now that you've decided where you want your piping to go, you need to have a look at your pattern and see if there are any alterations you need to make to your pattern pieces. For this dress in particular, it was only the cuffs that needed altering because I wanted the piping to go the whole way around, and usually this piece is cut on the fold. So I'm going to show you how I altered this pattern piece to accommodate the piping. To add piping to the entirety of the cuff, you do need to make a small change. If you've traced out everything as you should from the original pattern piece, it will actually have a fold line that runs down the center of your pattern piece. If you fold it in half, which is what you're supposed to do, then you would end up with the fold line being around about here. Because I want to put piping the whole way around the cuff, not just the two sides, I think that would look a bit odd and probably would be very difficult to do. I need to cut 4 of these rather than cutting 2. So what I'm going to do, and I've already drawn the line in here, you need to measure your cuff piece and find out how wide it is. This is 6 1/4 inches long, so that means that in half that would be 3 1/8 of an inch long. So you make a mark at 3 1/8 of an inch. So this is the fold line of the original pattern piece. If you were making the cuff as normal, you would fold the fabric at that point, press it, and that would be how deep your cuff is. Obviously, you've got 5/8 of an inch seam allowance up here. Now, I want my cuff to still be this wide. I don't want my cuff this wide, so I don't want to cut like 4 of it this wide. That would be way too big. I want my cuff to be my original width, but I want to be able to put piping on it. So I've got my fold line there, and then you can see I've got another line here, which is 5/8 of an inch up from that fold line. So what I'm going to do is fold this. I'm now going to cut 4 of these rather than the 2 that the original pattern asked for. So that's the only difference that you need to do to your cuff. And that way, if you don't want to put piping on your cuff, you cut 2 of these and sew it as normal. If you want to add piping, you just fold along that line, cut 4 of these instead, and then you can add piping all the way around, which is a really nice feature. So that's just something that you want to think about. Are there any places where you want to put piping that they're not technically a style line or a seam line there? If there is, have a look at the pattern, make the alteration, add your style line, your seam line where you would like it. Just don't forget to add seam allowance if you do cut any of your pattern pieces apart, because you will need to sew them back together again. I have one large video of all of the mini tutorials back to back, so hopefully I have covered what you're looking for in that. I will link to the playlist and all of the individual videos in the description down below. But if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section down below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. If you've enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this one here.